Shooting and finishing post-patch. I've been requested to do one of these videos, lads, since the patch has come out, and of course, I always drop them for you. So I'm about to break it down for you.
Griezmann, 3 men around him to somehow find some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a taunt. Didn't really go for him. Oh! The display there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest.
We
of
talked about
margins.
AussieFIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
Basically, with this, we're going to delve into every shooting angle that seems to work post-patch in FIFA 22. I've done individual videos on this, and what I have found is the shooting angles that worked at the start still work now. Doesn't matter what patch has been dropped. I find most angles still work that worked previously. But this video is going to deconstruct every angle that I'm talking about in terms of what works in terms of finishing. The near post finish, lads. What I find is there is a specific angle that basically allows you to shoot and finish into the top corner at the near post, and basically where that angle is, where that area, where that sweet spot is in the 18-yard box is pretty much halfway between the dot shot and the edge of the 18-yard box, and halfway between the byline and the front of the 18-yard box. So it's in that central area. And when you hit around 2 or 3 bars of power, it usually goes into the top corner of the net, okay? And the keeper usually has a hard time saving this shot. So that is the near post shot that usually works. If you're in a different angle, usually they won't work. It has to be in this sweet spot, and I find you have a higher chance of finishing when you shoot from this area. The outside of the box shot, finesse, into the top corner. Now this has worked time and time again in FIFA 22, but the angle that you needs to be quite spot on for this to go in. Now if you get the angle, it usually goes in around 90% of the time, especially if you green time the shot. It's around the corner of the 18-yard box, but just a little bit outside. Now when you take that finesse shot though, you need to have at least 2.5, 3 bars of power, and I recommend green timing it. If you want to know how to green time shots, lads, I've done a tutorial previously. Just type in AussieFIFA green time finishing tutorial, it'll bring it up, lads. It'll help you get better at green timing shots. But basically the angle you need is pretty much parallel to the goal. So you need to be facing sideways to the goal. If you're too front on, the angle won't work. If you're looking too far the opposite way to where the goal is, it usually won't work. It'll go wide. But if you're parallel, what I find is it usually flies into the top corner of the net. And this is a sweet spot. This is a finishing angle that does work in FIFA 22. Another finishing angle that I find still works, especially post-patch, I actually think it's better, because some reason EA have made long shots a little bit easier to perform in FIFA 22, although I wouldn't recommend doing them because they are obviously, let's say, a 50-50 shot. You know, you have to get the right power, you have to get the right angle, so it's important that I think for you guys to score, you find those tap-in opportunities, which I'm going to get into soon. But for this long shot, lads, what I find is when you are basically in line where the half circle meets the edge of the 18-yard box at the front, and you're in line with that, and if you shoot far post around 3 bars of power, it usually goes into the top corner, and I find these actually work more post-patch than they have in previous patches, lads, in FIFA 22. So if you want to score long shots from that angle, usually they work. However, I would recommend shooting the way that I have always shot. I'm about to break it down for you. Finding the tapping opportunities, lads. When you are attacking and you find those extra pass opportunities into players who are in the 18-yard box, in the space, ready to shoot, and have a better angle for that shot, then you're better off doing that because you have a better angle and better chance of scoring. And FIFA is a percentage game. It always has been, lads. So in that case, we need to find higher chance opportunities that will go in. What are they? They are basically taking it from the wing and then into the center, where you can find an extra pass into a player who is in the space in the 18-yard box to finish at home. Usually, there will be a player in the 18-yard box in the space ready to receive it. If you take it from the wing, this is more likely. And I find, especially post-patch, with the separation of defenders, the width has increased, which means we can exploit that a little bit more, find the player in the box in the space, and basically shoot it into the goal. Moving into the far post shot. Now, of course, I've said this from the start in my attacking tutorial. The actual post that works the most this year is that far post. If you have the opportunity, be sure to do so, lads. And usually this will be when you're in the 18-yard box and the angle presents itself for far post. What I find though is if there is a defender blocking it, don't take the shot. Find an extra pass to get into a player who's in a better position to take that far post shot. If you do around 2 or 3 bars of power, usually all far post shots will go in as long as you put enough power and the accuracy is high enough on the player. He'll be able to finish that home. The final finishing technique that I want to teach you guys and the angle that I want to teach you in terms of finishing is ball rolling the keeper, or at least going around the keeper. This gives you an 100% goal scoring opportunity, doesn't it? Because if you're around the keeper, it means you can tap it in, lads. You need to time it, but if you perform a ball roll as the keeper is about to dive down, he will take it past him and you can just simply tap the shoot button. It will go in, lads, and you'll have a higher chance of scoring that goal. So there you have it. There's my complete finishing tutorial post-patch in FIFA 22, the sweet spots in the game, as well as how much power you should be putting onto them, the angles you should be having, and of course how to score more goals with just simple passes into a player who is free in a better position in the 18-yard box. I'm doing tutorials on Instagram and TikTok. Go and check them out, lads. I'm also coaching one-on-one on patreon.com. Links are in the description down below. I am coaching, lads. I'll help you out. If you want to get better, be sure to go and check it out. As always, I hope you have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara, au revoir, adios, salam, ciao, goodbye.